Hey, what's up, guys? Max here, and we got a couple of changes to Incursions. So it's called now Danger Room. First of all, the title change, the bosses, and everything that comes along with it. It's kind of different, and it's actually really good. I myself, just before we start breaking it down a lot, when it comes to like how this entirely works in the store and what you want to focus on, it's all going to be independent to your account. So if you want more specifics, depending on your champions, stop by a live stream, drop a comment in the chat, and just, there's tons of people that play the game in the community that might help you out, myself included. So when it comes to Incursions, there's a few things. There's a store, there's a couple of solo challenges, special challenges that we have depending on the difficulty of level that you're going to be completing. Okay, we're going to focus on the big rewards. Level 5. Level 5 has the biggest, because you can get a 6-star awakening gem. If I could just simply tap on the info button right there. So you have hashtag bless level 5, 1 out of 2, and then 2 out of 2. The 1 out of 2 gets us 7,500 shards and some relic shards as well. But the biggest reward is going to be on the 2 out of 2, which is a 6-star awakening gem. RNG, but it's a 6-star awakening gem. That is huge for anybody that's actually trying to grow their account, trying to awaken some champions. Hopefully you get the RNG that you need and you get something that you want to awaken, or you add it to your stash and eventually you get a champion that you need or want to get awakened. Now, how do you actually go about and get this? So this is the interesting thing. You got to read the little print, which is, I know. It's sometimes extremely difficult to do so, but you got to go in with specific champions, specific hashtags on these champions, and you got to go in on a certain difficulty. So if you read, there's a bunch of hashtags that it says on level 5. It says 1 out of 2. It says win Danger Room's Incursions fights with defensive, utility, offensive damage over time, and hashtag control denial tag champions on threat level 5 difficulty. Now, I did not go into threat level 6 difficulty to see if even the harder difficulty got me the points. I just went straight to the 5. So I am not 100% sure if level 6 actually gets you the points, as well as level 6 is even harder than level 5. It just makes sense. But what do I mean by those levels? Now that we know what we need to bring, we're going to be taking a look at a list of champions that we need to bring as well. But I want to jump into Incursions to let you see what I mean by those levels. So this is what it looks like when you first walk into the room, the Danger Room. You're going to choose a team where it says edit team. You can pick a couple of champions. You can go and filter if you wanted to in the game. Now that they've added this feature, you can go and put the tag that you're looking for, which is control denial was 1. You confirm it and it breaks down all the champions, and you kind of choose what champions you want to go in there with. You can filter this by your rank 5s. You can filter this by only 6 stars, maybe your rank 4s or rank 3s. So depending on what you want, you can go in and choose. Now, I am just going to go and choose these super random champions, okay, just to show you a demonstration of the levels. Okay, so now it says threat level 1. Well, I can go in there and choose, again, knowing that you have to do threat level 5, you can choose number 5, and then you can go number 6. Now, like I said, I did not go in there to number 6, but I did go in number 5. And then in number 5, you can see view rewards. I've already gone in there, and you're going to be able to claim some rewards along with the challenges that the game brought for this month. Now, when it comes to the rewards, this is very interesting. This Danger Room resets every 6 days. You see the clock there. Well, it's actually a little over 6 days because it started. So maybe every 7 days, every week, you have a countdown. Now, that countdown is very unique because it's only a countdown for these rewards. So when it comes to the Danger Room components, we're gonna talk about those here shortly. But if you're able to get all the way, and when it comes to the points, to 308,000 points, you're gonna end up with a good amount of Danger Room components, which you're gonna be able to go into the store and purchase items. So here's the top zones. As you can see, I've chosen sector 5. I've gone in there just to mess around and just figure things out on the live stream, just to test a couple of things. And to my testing, everything so far has worked perfectly. Okay, so here's what I've completed. I've completed 2 zones. Okay, and this again resets in 7 days. And ideally, if you can get to the highest, which is zone 12, you're going to get a title, Dangerous. It says dangerous to go alone. You're gonna get some shards, and that alone is gonna reset in a couple of days. Now you can go in here and change the level of difficulty, and you can actually go in there and see the rewards if you wanted to. Tier 2, which is sector 4. So if you really wanted to pick up every single 6-star, 5-star shard as possible, you're going to be going to every single, at least sector 4, and then sector 5 and sector 6. Now, I myself kind of want to mess around with sector 6 too as well, but once I'm done with the challenges, I will go in there as they offer you more shards and different titles as well. I am the danger, and then you have, if you go all the way to the bottom, they've added something extremely special. There's another awakening gem. Now this awakening gem is going to be more difficult to get to because you're gonna have to get to zone 25, which might cost you some units. If you're a pro player, then you might end up doing it completely without any items used or units used, but items used. And then you get a title, Conduit for Revenge. So it's a legend title. It's completing zone 25 off sector 6 on March 2023. I'm assuming that this is going to be a title and legends title that you're going to be able to accumulate every month if you decide to do this and take on this challenge. Now, again, that's sector 6. We're going to be still focusing on sector 5 as we're going to be going in there to basically get as many items as possible for the challenge of this month. Now, once we're all completely done with the challenges, then we can go into sector 6 or threat level 6. I keep calling them differently, so how easily confusing it is. And then get our rewards. So ideally you want to go in there as fast as possible. Now the great thing about this, you can do this individually, just by yourself. You can do this with a teammate, but if you go in there by yourself, this is the trick. This is how to get it in and done as fast as possible. So I've chosen my 3 champions. We're going to go into incursions, and what we're going to do based off the tags, we're just going to choose a path to go up, down, right? Once we figure a path, we fight. We got 1 fight, 2 fights, and the boss fight, 3 fights. Ideally, you just want to be able to fight. Let's say you get into a fight, you exit the danger room or the incursions room, and then you're like, all right, got my points. I got what I needed to do. Let me return to the lobby. Let me do it again. Well, yes, you can go in there again, but this time you can't bring in the same champions. Why? Because there's a 5-minute recharge timer. 5 minutes. Okay, that's nothing. You can go out and do a couple of rounds of arena, come right back and just get back into incursions and complete the challenges again. It might take quite a good amount of hours time because you're going to be doing this room after room after room. You can make it easy for yourself, just complete each one room, or just try to push as far as you can get into the level 5 threat and inside the incursions, and then once you get as far as you can and you're like, all right, this is as far as I can go with this team, then you exit out, wait 5 minutes, again, do some arenas, do something, and then come back if you want to get this done. And that is probably the easiest way to get these milestones when it comes to the special rewards, when it comes to 54 fights using those hashtags. Now, once you completed that, it unlocks the 6-star option. So don't jump into 2 out of 2, okay? Before you do 1 out of 2, okay? So you got to do 1 out of 2 first, and then you're going to be able to jump in 2 out of 2, and then that's going to unlock you the 6-star awakening gem. So if you want to do that one, you got to go through some fights again, and it's easy, guys. You can bring in some 6 stars if you want to push further into the zones. You can bring a couple of 5 stars, whatever you want to do, but you got to go in level 5. Just remember that, level 5 difficulty. Now, along with that, you're going to be picking up some items, right? Let's talk about the store. The store itself is very interesting when it comes to the danger store. You tap on the store, you have a danger store. Now, depending on your progression, you're going to want to focus on certain different things. We can do a breakdown, but very quickly here, my personal opinion here on this, I value a lot of the shards for myself. 6-star shards. I'm gonna try to get as many shards as I possibly can. Like, we're very close to 700,000. I am gonna try to get myself to maybe 1.5 million. If that's, hopefully that's not a too far of a stretch goal for when the new feature 6-star comes along. I am like somewhat prepared for the new champions. And then if you wanted some rank up materials, the rank up materials are actually pretty good too. You can get like for the Paragon player that I'm at, you can provide this 3 times, which is 4,485. So there is possibly, if you're wanting to push, there might be focuses where you can pick up these revives, incursion revives. This is 750. You can buy this 2 times. Yeah, it might be options. There's different things, different focuses, depending on where you're at in the game, how much you want to grow your account. There's different reasons on why you want to focus inside this Danger Room store. I think overall, it's not like a crazy Danger Room store. It's something that we're going to be able to play with. Does it need some tune-up? I think just because it's brand new, it's okay. But I can see this becoming very stale, very, very dry, very old, fairly quick. Like, give this 2-3 months and you're just going to be like, I don't really care for the Danger Room, because nothing really stands out when it comes to quantity. Now we're going to get a better feel for sure after completing this, because it resets, everything resets, whether I want to buy these shards that I said I wanted to buy, everything resets in 34 days. So I'm going to go in and just grab inventory. I'm not going to buy anything. I'm just going to grab at the end and do as much as incursions as I possibly can without like feeling like I'm pushing my limits, and then see how far I can get and how many items I can buy. So that's going to be an interesting video. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, and hit the notifications for the live streams or for that last final video at the end of 34 days at the end of the month to see what the results were of me doing a couple of rounds of incursions. But the biggest thing, guys, again, the biggest thing is, and the focus is on that 6-star awakening gem. That is what you need to do. I've mentioned, just on a side note, I did mention if you wanted to go and make your life a little bit easier, let me bring up the hashtags so you guys can see it, kind of what I'm talking about. So you can see them there. If you want to make your life a little bit easier, basically these are the defensive utilities. You can go to Anime and you can go under champions, and you can kind of hashtag and choose which ones you want to go with. So control denial. These are all of them. Offensive damage over time, if you want to look at those specifically. And I think it was utility, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it was. Now, I mentioned you want to go in there inside incursions with a team, like a fairly strong team. You want to go in there with a team of 6 stars, rank 4s, rank 3s, level 5. You should be able to push further into the zones. If you feel like, you know what, I'm done, and you want to keep going, you can drop the team and then choose some 5 stars and just give yourself a challenge. Now, one thing I found extremely useful, let's go and grab again just some champions. Let me see if I can even grab these and go into level 5. Oh, I can. Okay, we're gonna go enter solo again. And one thing I found extremely useful here, I'm gonna rush to this point. Okay, so here's the first fight on a level 5 champion. So as you can see, Shuri, she's got 55,000 health. Obviously I chose a 2-star just to show you what it looks like, the health pools. But as you push further in, you're going to notice the health pools get larger and larger. Now, I myself don't know how to play a certain amount of champions, okay? And there's this month, based off the hashtags, there's a specific champion in there that I still don't know how to play. And I think I'm going to use this month to practice, okay? And I'm going to use this month to practice and practice and practice. One of the champions that needs a lot of practice, you know it. You already know. If you do, drop hashtag Tigra. So drop it in the comments, hashtag Tigra. We're going to learn how to play her. There's so many different champions. If we back out here, we're going to be going up against so many different champions. The health pools are decent, very close to battlegrounds as you get further into it. And it's a good place to learn how to use champions, okay? I feel like incursions is going to be a place for me that I'm going to be taking champions and putting myself in situations where I don't want to spend energy, but I do want to give myself a difficulty and practice against different champions. You know, I see myself learning and taking new champions into this specific game mode once I've acquired them and leveled them up, of course, to just learn and learn and learn. Again, especially Tigra, the spacing that's needed, the evading of certain champion that's needed. I think that's going to be very important. But let me know your thoughts. If you're going to be using incursions as well as a training ground to learn your new champions, as it doesn't cost energy and you get right into a fight immediately with fairly good health pools. Now, level 5, that's where it starts, but imagine and think about level 6. So let me know if this video was useful for you. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care. See you soon. Peace.